Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will be presenting to you about simple distillation, which is one of the most basic yet important separation technique in chemistry. Have you ever wondered what is simple distillation? Simple distillation is a separation and purification technique used to isolate a liquid from a mixture based on the difference in their boiling points. It involves heating the mixture until one component vaporizes and then cooling the vapor to collect it as a purified liquid. So, what the purpose of this simple distillation? Firstly, separate a solvent. Secondly, to separate two liquids that have a large boiling point difference. Thirdly, to recover solvent. And lastly, as I said, to purify a contaminated liquid by removing non-volatile impurities.
Next, we move to the theory concept for simple distillation experiments. These experiments is to separate a component in a liquid mixture based on their boiling points. It is because every component have their own boiling points. So, a mixture in this experiment will be heated and the component with a lower boiling point will vaporize first. A molecule have enough kinetic energy to overcome intermolecular forces, then turn to vapor phase. At the end, vapor then condense back into a liquid and will be collected separately in the receiving flask.
There are several apparatus that simple distillation should have. Firstly is a round bottom flask, which is it holds the liquid mixture to be distilled. The flask allows even the heating and prevent liquids loss. Secondly is a condenser. It allows to cool the hot vapor and condense it back into a liquid form. Cold water flows through the outer jacket to absorb the heat. Then thirdly is thermometer. Thermometer is to measure and monitor the temperature of the vapor to identify which liquid is being distilled, which is based on its boiling point. Next is receiving flask, which is at here we use a beaker. Receiving flask is used to collect the condensed pure liquid that which is distilled. And next is heat source. We use heating mantles that provide the heat needed to vaporize the liquid with the lowest boiling point. Next is adapter, which is it connects the flask like thermometer and condenser. It also helps guide vapor into the condenser. And last but not least, rubber tubing, which is it will connect the condenser to the water tap for cooling. When the water enters from the bottom and exit from the top of the condenser. Then, for this simple distillation, we also have the water in and water out, which is where the water flow to help in vaporize and cool the condenser. can observe from this simple distillation process. For before the process, which is before distillation begins, the liquid mixture, which is toluene and ether, appear as a clear uniform solution inside the round bottom flask. The apparatus is clean and properly assembled with no vapor or condensation present, and the thermometer show the room temperature. Next, during the process, as the mixture is heated, bubbles form and vapor rise through the condenser, and the thermometer reading increase until it reached the boiling point of the more volatile liquid, which is the toluene, and which then vaporize and condense into clear droplets that collect in the receiving flask, which is the ether. And for the lastly, after distillation, a clear distillate is collected in receiver, the ether, and while residue remains in the flask, which is the toluene.
The conclusion for this video and this experiment is a simple distillation might look very simple, but it is something that powerful technique. It shows us how heat and cooling can work together to separate and purify a liquid. The liquid with the lower boiling point will turn into a vapor, and then it will cool, and then it will become a clean distillate collected in the receiving flask, while the rest will stay behind as residue in the original flask. So this process isn't just for the lab, and it will also apply in our daily life, like how we get a distilled water, purify alcohol, and even fuels in industry.